Alright, I've had my Accord now for a little over 1,000 miles and a couple weeks here, and I've done a few little things to it, so I thought I'd make an update video and just show you guys what's changed on the Accord. So we'll start out here in the front. The car had 8,000 Kelvin HID headlights when I bought it, so I added the 2,500 Kelvin just halogen fog lights to give it kind of a more GDM look. So I think it looks really nice, especially at night. You can see the fog lights lighting down the road like directly in front of the car and off to the side, and then you get the nice light blue light from the HIDs further ahead. It looks pretty cool. On this side, the ballast for the HID wasn't mounted very well. In fact, it wasn't mounted at all, so I just zip-tied it up there for now until I can find a better way of actually securing it. So that would be the front of the car here. Nothing else really has changed except for under the hood, which I'll show you in just a minute. I did wash the car today, so it looks a little bit nicer than it has been looking. And the wheels shine up really nicely. The gray is metallic, so when the sunlight hits it, it just looks really, really nice. One thing I don't like about this car in comparison to the Civic is the paint finish. The previous owners left quite a few swirl marks in the car, and so I'm going to eventually get it buffed to hopefully get rid of a lot of that. But the paint finish on the Civic was almost perfect. It had a few minor imperfections here and there, but it's not quite like the Accord is with all of its swirl marks. On the side here, I added the IV-Tech single overhead cam decals because it is an IV-Tech single overhead cam, so I thought it would be kind of cool to just do that here. It was $10 for the pair, so it really wasn't that expensive. I just thought it would be kind of cool to add that. Then in the back of the car, the chrome strip here on the bumper, which starts right here and stretches across the entire back end, I just thought it looked really tacky, so I went ahead and had it painted body color, and I think it looks a lot nicer. Just looks sportier, and it looks classier, I think, as well. The chrome just was a little too much for me, so I had it painted. It was $150, and honestly, I think it was $150 well spent. I really like the look of it. Then I also added the EX badge next to the V6 emblem. I just wanted a little bit of an old school Honda touch because the new Hondas don't have EX or LX on the back. If it's a Touring or an Accord Sport, then it'll have an emblem, but LX, EX, EXL, whatever, there's nothing. So the older models had that on the EX, and the EXL, I guess, also had the EX badge. So I thought that would be kind of cool. Coming around to this side of the car, I obviously have the IV-Tech single overhead cam on this side as well. And we'll open up the door here. So on the inside, I'm eventually going to add piping on the door panels like I did in the Civic, and maybe a little bit on the dash here and there. Just depends on how it fits. The panel gaps in this are much tighter than they were on the Civic, so it'll be a lot harder to fit it on there. And I do still need to put in my footwell lighting. I haven't exactly had time to figure out how I'm going to mount it, where I'm going to mount it, so that's kind of a work in progress still. With the EX emblem I bought for the rear of the vehicle, it came with the Accord emblem, which is what I was really after. So when I first bought this, I thought, oh, that's a CD5 emblem, perfect. That'll look great in this car. Then I got it and realized it's actually the CB7 emblem. So it's even more old school, which is really cool. But it looks a little out of place from some angles on the dash, but from other angles I think it looks really nice. And being that it's the CB7 emblem, again, it's kind of that old school Honda look that I really wanted with the dash emblem. So I'm really pleased with that so far for the most part. And the EX emblem on the back just kind of adds another little touch of old school Honda. So we'll go to the other side. I'm going to pop the hood real quick. We'll take a look under there, and that'll be it. I have been driving the car mostly in Econ mode because it makes the throttle response smoother. If you take it out of Econ, it can be really jumpy, and it's hard to get good smooth shifts out of it. But when I drive it harder, I usually take off Econ mode, if I remember, because it makes it more responsive. So that's one thing I've noticed through just driving it daily, is that Econ mode is definitely smoother. So if we open up the hood here, I put in a K&N air filter. It does sound slightly better. It has a deeper throat, or kind of a deeper throatier noise when you get on it. And then I painted the engine cover last weekend. So I painted the part here in the front and the center portion silver, and then I painted the red letters there on the top of it. So I think it looks really, really cool. I definitely like the way it turned out. I changed the transmission fluid shortly after I got the car, and it's been shifting a little bit smoother. Not a huge difference now after I've kind of gotten used to it. I think it might have been done shortly before I purchased the vehicle, but it did shift out the smoothing a little, smooth out the shifting a little bit here and there. So that's a quick update here on my 2013 Accord EXL V6 6-speed. I plan on doing a few more things here and there in the future, and I'll be sure to keep you guys updated.